Hi, this is Jennifer Lay. So, this episode is a bit different as we've invited a special guest, architect Tressie Yap, who is one of the first women architects in Sabah. And she's also my inspiring aunt that I've had the opportunity to look up to since childhood. Today, we are all gathered here in the east coast of Malaysia, also known as Sandakan, a little tiny town. And that is a house dog that we have. So, in this episode, Dr. Aw Isan and I will be chatting with Tressie about her decade-long sustainability project known as Upcycled Shack. She works with rural communities to turn trash into treasure. So she combats both economic empowerment as well as environmental issues. I really hope you enjoy this special episode. Hi, Tressie. Could you perhaps share with us about your background as an architect and how you started Upcycled Shack?
Hi, my name is Tressie. So I'm an architect by profession. And recent years, for a decade, I've been involving in environmental works and projects. I founded Upcycle Shack 11 years ago, and 5 years ago, I joined with other like-minded people to form an NGO called Ripple, Persatuan Kita Semula Sabah. In English, it's called Sabah Recycling Association.
So, Tressie, here we are today in Sandakan at a seafood restaurant by the coast. So, perhaps you could share with us about your experience running by the coast in Kota Kinabalu.
As we all know, Kota Kinabalu, it's a coastal city. So day by day, we see the sea, we in touch with the shoreline. So, for example, my lifestyle, I used to run and jog along the beach, Tanjung Aru, um, for 20 years. So I realized it's a very big problems as a coastal city. So we receive marine debris from all over, from across the ocean. So that's why it triggered me to have an initiative to talk about and advocate about environmental.
So, does that mean you see lots of different kinds of waste, including plastic?
Yes, everything, even furniture, fridge. I ever seen fridge, sofa floating in the sea.
So, I understand that you actually grew up here in Sandakan. So, perhaps you could share with us how the scenery has changed since then.
What I remember when I was young, it was almost the same as what we are now. How we are now.
So, you mean in terms of development and the attitudes haven't been changing, is that right?
Yeah, I don't think it has changed very much. In fact, it has worse to the worst
In what way has it worsened?
because of the consumer society.
Right, and so consumerist culture has led to a lot of waste being dumped into
Yes,
the
exactly.
ocean.
Because of our global industrialization, how it grew. So the consumerable attitude and behaviors becoming more. So that's, each item has been heavily wrapped and packaged. All this rubbish, they are all, they are the byproduct of the items, byproduct of the products that you buy. So it's not so much of the product, it's the packaging.
So I have this theory in order to make sure that people are more mindful about waste management, to make sure that they are, as you said, more civic minded. There has to be an economic incentives.
Mm.
There has to be an economic inducements.
Mm.
In my humble opinion, it's quite useless for you to call upon people or even to so-called educate them to be, for example, leading a cleaner lifestyle, to be mindful about what they dispose and so on. On the other hand, if by not disposing waste, they could make some money out of those waste, then you'll be more helpful in terms of making them more civic minded, as well as less dispositive of all this waste. What do you think?
Okay. For underdeveloping countries, I would say that helps because people need to be incentivized to do that. So that is why when we do waste management, we need to insert livelihood in that. So, for example, using waste recyclable to transform into products, then in a way that will elevate their livelihood. So that is in the condition of underdeveloping country. But for developed country like Japan, even though they are not incentivized, they are doing it because they are doing it because they think this is for their heritage. They are doing it. It's for their future generation, and they are doing it, and they are proud of being in their society. So they have the pride to do that. So yeah, in a way, yes, under it's yeah, it's important.
Well, I think it's a good time to bring out some of those products you have been developing with some of our local communities here, right? Using, as I understand it, mostly waste, disposable waste, and so on, or recyclable waste. What are some of these products that you made? Well, I understand you design, and sometimes they will make these products, and then they will make money out of it. So show us some of those products and what they are made of.
So these are the products made from recyclable material, namely plastics. So this is hard plastic. It's not the packaging plastics. Okay. So same as this. This is the hard plastics.
What are this? What is this?
This is coaster. This is used as a coaster
For cups.
for
Uh-huh.
cups and coffee mug.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So same as this. So this is also a coaster. So this is
Made
made
of
out
what?
of plastic packaging, namely the supermarket
So-called one-use plastic.
single-use plastic.
Okay.
Single-use plastic.
And this is made of what kind of plastic is this?
Hard plastic, HDPE. Yeah, we melt it and then we mold it into any form of shapes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what is this? A computer bag, is it?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
computer bag, and then it's woven with the 3-in-1 sachet, 3-in-1
Oh, that we
Nescafe,
find in hotels and so on.
yeah, anywhere that you can find.
Ah.
So this been woven by a group of kampong ladies, kampong communities.
So, what is? Can you give us some ideas of what briefly? How is the working model with these communities, for example?
Okay, I will tell you a story.
Uh-huh.
Before the intervention, I will say intervention of the project, everyone in the kampong, they burn household waste because there's no way for them to get rid of it because municipal in that level, in the kampong level, it's district level, so they don't have waste management. They don't have like city rubbish truck go to your door, and pick up rubbish. So they don't have that kind of service. So that in a way, there are lack of infrastructure. So they have to burn it. So after the project has been introduced, like what we are doing, they no more they don't practice routine burning. So like for example, this kind of usable recyclable plastic, they would keep it, and they make handicrafts because they are very good on their hands. So this is one of the model that so instead of burning, you get nothing, but you make it and then you can sell it. So of course, my in my working model, I have to buy back. So I have to buy back from them, and then I resell it with my marketing strategy and all that.
So you bear the marketing risk, lah, right? Yeah.
Yes, I have to, because otherwise there is no one to do that. So they don't have the capacity to, to do the promotion, and they don't have the market accessibility and exposure to do that. So that is the working model. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then nowadays there's this what they call ESG, right? How does your work fit into this so-called ESG framework?
As you mentioned, E is the environment,
Hmm.
S is the social. So these rural communities are playing the part. So we are in a way empower them. So there is a S there. G, I think it's the practice way. Like for example, my practice, my price is transparent to them.
Mm.
So my practice is transparent to them. They have to understand how it works. So it's not like I quietly acquire their products and then I mark up 300 times,
Yeah.
of the price that they are selling to me. So that in a way is practicing G.
Mm.
So it composes the three elements, the E, the S, and the G. In the G is in a small scale. Yeah.
Well, some people say this ESG is just a trend. Very soon you'll be gone. What do you think about that?
Well, I've been practicing for 11 years. This is before ESG exists. I'm already doing it. So I don't think I'm an opportunist.
So there's no sense of ownership, is what you're
Yeah.
saying. People feel like this society is just something for me to exploit,
Yeah.
and then after,
Oh.
if for those who are less well-to-do, it's not that I want to exploit, just that I need to make a livelihood, and other things I couldn't care less. For those who are on the upper echelons, upper income circle, it's more like I exploit as much as I could. I move my money elsewhere. I don't care about this society. Because it seems like when they move to Australia, then they care a lot about the environment. Don't you think so?
Yeah, this is how it is, but we have no choice. It's better than we have nothing. So we just grab whatever opportunity that we have. The situation that we have more people cares the best than no people care. You see, so this is underdeveloping countries where we are from.
Okay. I think well, Tracy is my wife. It just happens. Well, we have been on a working trip, if you recall, to Kigali, right, in Rwanda.
Mm.
Well, Rwanda, I think it's also a developing country. How come Rwanda could keep the streets so clean? And it's not only in Kigali. We went to a countryside. Also, it's quite remarkably clean. So how could they do that? Huh? I mean, how come we cannot do that?
One word I would say is policy,
Uh-huh.
because of the governor. They impose one policy, so everyone listen. So I think that is another factor. So I would say each country have their own manner of managing all these things. So it just happened that Kigali, Africa, this city, they obey with with policy, so it works. But for Japan, it's another system. So every country have their own system to do their waste management. It doesn't apply, one thing, it doesn't apply all. The policy is once a month. I think it's the last Saturday or the third or
Last
third
Saturday.
last Saturday. Last Saturday, everyone would go to the street and clean, except you are bedridden, or you are in hospitality, or in medical. everyone over. It's a voluntary, and it's a mandatory, if I'm not wrong, mandatory. So everyone, they have to stop their work and go out to the street and clean once a month.
Yeah, so therefore they have less incentive to throw the garbage around
Yes.
because you end up cleaning it yourself. Yeah. So,
Yeah, so that is the policy. So it works. So I'm not sure whether it works or not here in Malaysia or in Sabah. So it depends on, how our leader is, how forceful is our leader.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan for very forceful leaders, but let's see how it works in this case. So, what started your interest in this recycling and upcycling sector?
Since I'm an architect, as an architect, we like to expose and explore new ideas. So everyone is doing buildings, environment, built environment. So for me, I would like to explore something different, which is, using recyclable material to do things, to do practical things, to hope to do things that is, inspire people and inspiring, so that people will be educated. Yeah. So that is one of the, yeah. So that is one of my interests as an architect or as a designer, because as a designer you can do anything, you can design anything. Usually people use new material to design things, but in my way I want to be more sustainable. So I use recyclable material or use objects to repurpose the product. Yeah. I don't have one, I don't have like most favorite, but I have many. So anything, I like to explore new things. So once I explore one thing, if there is a taker, there is someone who wants you know, to go on with the business, as the enterprises, then I will let go. I will empower the community to own the project. I don't hope to lead the project, but to initiate, to pilot, I have to be the leader. So this is how I move on. So I may do one thing and pass on to someone, and I may do another thing.
But to what extent you find all these, what I would call them human factors, important in your work? For example, sometimes I notice, like for example, you need to put together certain projects using some of these waste products, and then you would think a certain community, they are quite enthusiastic about it, or at least they express that they were. Then on the day of assembling it together, they would have a lot of excuses for not delivering the products for you to assemble. So how to change that? How to change that kind of attitude?
Okay. Working on community-based projects, I would say you need to have abundance of patience. Um, a patient that will, the 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 passion,
Passions, yeah.
the passion, and also the patient,
Oh,
the
okay.
passion and the patient.
Oh, okay.
You really need that.
Uh-huh.
So to manifest a project, if the community see my passion, um, they will feel my passion as well, and then they will be inspired. So I think being a leader, this is very important. You walk the talk. After been to Kamikatsu Zero Waste Center, this trip, I feel a bit hopeful in a way that we are in the right direction. So that is very important to me. So I've been assured that we are in the right path towards the bigger and the global movement. So of course we are very slow. Well, again, it really takes time and it really need a lot of effort.
I think being the seasoned commentator that I am, from my observation, um, people don't tend to do things out of the goodness of their heart. There must be some, let's say, profit
Motive.
motives, some self-beneficial motives. Then they will do things in a prolonged manner, right? I don't think people, out of the goodness of their heart, would just simply do something good for the community. I may be prejudiced. So that's why I raised a question of a sense of ownership, a sense of belonging. It's no denying, for example, in Sabah, there are a lot of residents in Sabah. Some say up to, let's say, 25% or even 30%. They are not even Sabahans, right? They have no documents and so on. How could they feel ownership or, in our community, in our society? I mean, you can imagine if you're in a similar position, you are just aching out some sort of livelihood there, so you don't care about what happened to that society or community, and therefore, why do you care about whether you're throwing garbage around or not? I think that's it's just empathetic to say that. So that's why I was asking you about whether the profit motive was crucial. Yeah.
Profit motive, it's definitely crucial for people that are half understanding the concept. So you know after a while, going through all these initiative, they may feel the benefits. They may feel benefiting to them. So then they'll be encouraged. Of course, at the very beginning, they don't buy the concept, but towards the end of the project, they may feel it and they may not. So there are still a big group of percentage of people buy the concept if they see progress. So this is the thing that we want. We want to see progress. It's imperfection, but what we want is the progress. Because I see the evidence. I see the evidence of changing from one doesn't care to somehow care, and then after that, very care. Is Yeah, it's part of you. It's a process. So as we all know, we are in an underdeveloping country. They are not educated. They are not exposed. They never been to country that is well established. They don't know where they are. They don't know where they stand. They thought this is their whole world, but actually it's not. They never been out to the other side of the world. So how do they know there is where they stand? So they never know. So you have to expose them first. Yeah, of course, it's not 100%. They don't buy 100% of the idea, but they will gradually, when the project goes, and towards the end of the project, they will feel the benefits. They will sort of believing in it after that. Yeah. So this is how I see things, because I'm motivated by all this progress, all this small progress.